In today's video, I am talking about belonging. So my home country is America, and I've lived in multiple states. I moved a lot as a kid, and then as an adult, it was very normal for me to just continue to move. So as an adult, first I moved to New York City. I was in Brooklyn, and then New York, and then in Manhattan. And just prior to that, I had moved to Orlando, Florida for a college program with Disney World. And let's see, after New York, I was in Los Angeles. I was also in Nashville, and I was in Aspen, Colorado. That was it before I went abroad. And I had a handful of states when I was younger that I had the opportunity to live in. So when I say feeling like you belong, I love America. I love my home country. There are aspects about this country that I really, really love. When I say this country, I'm referring to United States of America, my home country. And when I am abroad, I have a sense of belonging in certain countries, certain environments, and certain cultures. And there's some that I simply just enjoy visiting and spending time in, but I don't necessarily feel like I belong. And I read this really cool quote once. It was in an expat community, I think, and it was talking about not really feeling like you fit in when you're abroad, but not really feeling like you fit in when you're in your home country anyway. And that is the topic of today's video. Feeling like you fit in, or maybe not. So when I am in what I call the Middle East region, so that can be as far as the Levant, it can be down to Southwest Asia, which would be Arabia, and then as far across as all of Asia Minor, Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey. So all of that I consider when I'm talking about the Middle East region. There is a really unique hospitality that is very prevalent in this region. Not to say, of course, there aren't hospitable type of cultural norms in other cultures or areas or regions. I'm just specifically relating this to the Levant, the Gulf, and Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey. There really is this like special connection. If you've ever seen, for example, Lebanese people dance, they'll dance, I think they call it the dabki. And when I first saw the dabki, I saw them dance. I thought it was just so cool. And then I saw someone else from an area nearby, and their dance looked very similar, but had just something slightly different. And then when I'm in Turkey, I see the same dance, but again, it's just slightly different. And then the Kurdish people, they have their own version. So I started to realize, actually, this type of dance, you'll see it at weddings, you'll see it at parties, you'll see it at family gatherings, but it's like an interlinking of the hands, and then there's this dance, and anyway, I love it. So I did not grow up with the dabki. I did not grow up with any kind of dance like this. So when I was growing up, the main dancing I was familiar with was more of like a pop culture dance, like what I would see on the music videos and then I would copy. But I can't say that growing up in America, we have like a specific dance, right? Or even my heritage, which is Scandinavian, Swedish, and Norwegian. I can't speak of a specific dance except for like a maypole dance that we do, I guess, in Norwegian culture. But I didn't really grow up with that. So when I say I feel like I belong, I love doing this dance. And I'm not really good at it either, but I just love joining in the celebration of this cultural norm in the region. I'm not a heavy drinker, but there is a drink in Turkey, we call it rakı, and it's a spirit. It's a very strong alcohol. You drink it in like a little shot glass, and I don't like it. It's not appealing to me. I'm more of a wine person, but there's a spirit of feeling like I belong when I'm around people who are having this kind of drink and the food that goes along with it. So again, I just love being a part of that celebration. When I was in Arabia, sitting on the floor, taking off your shoes, sitting on these beautiful carpets, which I've experienced also in the Levant, I've experienced that in Jerusalem. I've experienced that in different parts of Turkey, and different people who come from different groups share something similar, where it's normal to take off your shoes and then be in someone's home or area with carpet and then sit on the floor. I love this. I eat this up. I have pictures of me in Saudi Arabia. I have pictures of me in Turkey, sitting on the floor, sitting on these beautiful carpets, lounging, eating, drinking chai. It is not the culture I grew up with, but man, do I feel like I fit in. So there's something for me specifically that I love when I am in the Middle East region. It's a broad term for me. It's a broad term if you're watching this. Just knowing the music. There is Hebrew language music, Turkish language music, Farsi language music, Kurdish language music, Arabic language music, all of these different languages and these sounds and these different instruments. I eat it up all day long, and I just feel like I belong. Did I grow up with any of this? No. Do I absolutely love it and feel at home? Yes. And so when I'm in America, and there are certain things that are very common in America, certain cultural things, certain music, certain foods, some of them I just don't connect with. It's just not my thing, even though I grew up with it. And that's what I'm talking about when you feel like you belong. Let me give you another example. I've never been to Japan, but I know people who love Japanese culture, love Japanese dress, history, music, food, anime, everything to do with Japanese ancient and modern culture. And they feel like they belong, even though they're not Japanese. So that's what I mean by feeling like I belong. When my husband and I getting married, who is from Turkey, I looked at the traditional dress and I fell in love with the Anatolian dress. And I also knew I've never cared for precious stones. I've always liked more like semi-precious stones. And precious stones would be like diamond, ruby, sapphire. And what I said initially was I love the idea of having a ring to wear that looks like it was found in the dirt. An archaeologist dug it up and they cleaned it off and they put it in a museum. So I will show you what my beautiful ring looks like, because it was made for me, and every day it was more and more beautiful to me. Because for whatever reason, a ring from an ancient design from this part of the world, from this region I'm speaking about, and what would have been normal for the last several thousand years, is just where I feel like I belong. That style. And I had spent time in the UAE and I had found some beautiful kaftans and realized very quickly, this is my jam. Like, give me some cute flip-flops, sandals, and a kaftan, and I'm happy as a clam. I otherwise like to be wearing basically fitness, yoga, Pilates pants and flip-flops. Forever I am in flip-flops and sandals. And when I chose my dress, it's gold, and I'll have to show you a picture here. My dress is gold and white, and it's a kaftan, and it's a design from the Gulf region. So I got it specifically from the UAE. It's just where I feel like I belong. I feel the most at home. I feel a connection. I don't believe in reincarnation, so it's not that. It's simply, there is just something really special to me about the Middle East region. And it's the smells, you know, all the sandalwood and the musks. It's all the burning of the incense. It's the fresh food. It is these ancient traditions that I just am in love with when it comes to the Middle East region. And it's just where I feel like I belong. So now I want to hear from you in the comments. Is there some place in the world that you've been where you feel like, gosh, this is not at all how I grew up, but I really love and connect with this vibe? Is it Japan? Is it Norway? Is it Spain? Is it somewhere in South America? Is it somewhere in North America? Is it a particular state in the United States? Like, is it uniquely Kentucky, you know, or very, very California, or Oregon, or Maine? So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Is there someplace where you feel like you belong? Because for me, it's in the Middle East region. And if you like this kind of content, I hope you stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.